Hey, it's Heidi. Welcome back. So today we're playing another game of Are You Picking Up What I'm Laying Down? Which is a game that I play in the treatment center where I teach. I teach family dynamics, dysfunctional family dynamics, healthy relationships, healthy communication, empowerment, self-esteem. And what I have the clients do is each week they write down a scenario and anonymously throw it in the middle of the floor. And I call the game, Are You Picking Up What I'm Laying Down? Where I pick up a scenario and we role play it. We act it out. And what I'm looking for from them is communication challenges they're having with their family members. And the goal of acting it out is to get the scenario as healthy as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these and I'm going to read it from today and for today and answer the question right here. The question is, telling my family I want to move to Florida. So that would be the challenge that this particular person is having. And so I'm going to do a little bit of mind reading because I don't have the person in front of me. But what I'm going to imagine from my experience is a lot of the time, family members do not want their loved one to move away from them to go into like a halfway situation. So what's ideal for treatment? Well, 30 days in treatment is great, but it's not like nobody's getting fixed. So that's not nearly enough time for a person to start to get acclimated to a sober lifestyle. So, after treatment, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days in treatment, ideally that loved one would move on to the next step, which would be halfway, where there's still a full-time staff, urinalysis testing, they are held accountable, there's a curfew, they're expected to go to meetings, they're encouraged to work on their recovery, work a job, and start to maintain, learn how to build a life. This is especially true for people who have been in a family dynamic where the parents have been taking care of the loved one. So if the loved one is like 25 years old, never learned how to be on their own, halfway would be a perfect scenario. But as you can imagine, if you're a mother and your 25-year-old who's never lived on their own in their lifetime comes to you and says, I'm going to stay in Florida, the parent is going to be panicked, thinking, well, halfway, I heard drug addicts live in halfway, or I heard that's not a good thing to do, or whatever it is. But reality is, where I'm a teacher here in Florida, it's the recovery capital of the country. There's 2,500 meetings a day from West Palm to Miami, so it's a great place to learn how to recover. But how do you manage your fear as a parent while your loved one is actually needing to spend the energy to recover? Getting off of drugs and alcohol is very easy. It takes, a week, a couple of days to detox from the drugs or the alcohol. But detoxing from the old behavior, manipulating, lying, cheating, stealing, the brain wanting the drugs on automatic pilot, takes up to a year for that person to start to really master their behavior and become captain of their own ship again. And so the longer they're involved in some kind of treatment for that first full year, whether it's intensive outpatient, life coaching, therapy, their sponsor, the more intervention around your loved one, the better. So this person, I'm imagining, is having a really hard time articulating that because they know their family is going to be sad and disappointed that their loved one is going to need to stay in treatment longer or maybe be away from home, thousands of miles away. So what I encourage this loved one to say is, Mom, I know that you're going to be stressed out and concerned and worried if I stay in Florida and I don't come home right away because you're going to be sad and upset and anxious about me being away. But I want to encourage you and let you know that I need to actively pursue my recovery, and halfway housing is the next step for me. I am going to do better if I remove myself from the familiarity of the place I was, the people, places, and things. You might have heard your loved one say that, so that I can be in an environment where I'm learning how to be sober in a structured environment. It's not as healthy for me to come right back home to that lifestyle, to be surrounded by those people. So it's hard for me, but I need to make the decision to put my recovery first and do what I need to do in order to give myself the best shot. And I'm going to be a better son away than I would be at home. I'm going to be a better father away than I would be at home. I'm going to be a better mother away than I would be at home. I want to encourage you, if you're a loved one and your family member is saying to you they need to stay in treatment longer, manage your emotions around it. Get a life coach, get a therapist, get a support group, go to Al-Anon, but please don't discourage your loved one from seeking further treatment, because that's what's going to give them the best shot at recovery. All right. I love you so much. If you want to know more about how to handle your loved one while they're in recovery and how to manage yourself and what should you do? Should you pay for the halfway? Should you support it? What not to support? Contact me. I'm more than happy to guide you through. I've been running the family program for almost 7 years. Hundreds of families month after month come through, and we navigate our way through how to help your loved one be as successful as possible in their recovery. It's maddening, I know. All right. I love you. Go to lovecoachheidi.com or HeidiRain.com and send me an email so we can learn how to support the whole family's recovery. I look forward to hearing from you. Take excellent care. I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.